If you have an Amazon FBA business or you're thinking about creating one and you want to set up an LLC, this video is for you. I'll be taking you guys through how to set up an Amazon FBA LLC step by step. We'll go through why you might need one, some of the more intricate rules surrounding LLCs for e-commerce stores, and I'll also take you through the exact process you guys can use to set up your LLC today. This is by far the easiest and most affordable way to set one up. Let's get started. So first off, what is an LLC? An LLC is a limited liability company, which is basically a business structure that protects its owners from being held responsible for debts and liabilities. So while the chances of you being sued for your Amazon FBA business are relatively small, it definitely is still possible. And that's why a majority of people that are in e-commerce do choose to form some type of business entity like an LLC. An LLC is great for most businesses because it blends the benefits of a corporation with those of a partnership or sole proprietorship. So by forming this LLC for your business, you're basically creating a separate legal entity from yourself. That way, if your business does get sued, God forbid, you yourself are not going to be personally liable. They can only come after your business assets. They cannot come after your personal assets. So step one is you're going to want to choose a state for your LLC. What I recommend doing is just form an LLC in your home state. This is going to make it a lot easier and it could actually save you a lot of money. Some other popular states for LLCs are going to be Delaware as well as Nevada. Step two is you're going to want to choose a name. So you want to follow the state's naming guidelines depending on what state you choose. Most states are going to require you to have limited liability company or LLC in the name itself. This name that you end up choosing cannot cause confusion with a government agency, and you'll want to make sure that this name is available in that particular state. So you guys can look on the Secretary of State website and do a name search to see if that name is available. You'll also want to make sure that you choose a name that potentially has a URL. A lot of URLs today are actually taken already, so if you are choosing a name that you want to create a business presence for online, then it is important for you to make sure that that domain name is available. Now, what I recommend doing is if you want to form an LLC, use a service like IncFile to do this for you. It's going to save you so much time, and as a business owner, your time is extremely valuable. I want you guys to focus your energy on building your business rather than doing all this paperwork that is not worth your time. So I've set up a majority of my business entities using IncFile. This is a service that I personally love, and they're basically going to handle everything for you. Instead of wasting your time on all this paperwork and not being sure if you're doing it correctly, they're going to do this all perfectly for you and make sure that it's all done in compliance. In just a second, I'll take you guys through the actual platform. And then after that, we'll talk about LLC taxation, how you guys can save some money when you elect your LLC as an S Corp, as well as some information about collecting sales tax. Okay, so I'm here on the IncFile website. We're going to be leaving a link down below. It's going to take you to this exact page. And what you'll want to do is you'll come here to start my business. Here, you're going to select your entity type. So since we are creating an LLC, we'll leave it as is. And you're going to choose your state of formation. So since I'm in California and I want to create a California LLC, I'll select that. It's going to take me to 3 different packages that they have. They have the silver package, gold package, and platinum package. For 99.9% of you guys watching this, I recommend going with the gold package. This is the package that I've always used. It costs a little bit more than the silver package, but it is so worth it. With the silver package, you're basically paying $0 to start your LLC. You're just paying the mandatory state fee. And you guys can see it includes, prepping the articles of organization, name searches, free registered agent service for a year, and phone and email support. With the gold package, we are paying a $199 package fee, as well as that $5 state fee. That state fee is going to depend on what state you choose, but that $199 is super worth it. It's way cheaper than using a lawyer, and I'm super frugal, so that's why I decided to use a service like IncFile. It just saves you a lot of money. But yeah, as you can see, the gold package is way better. They'll set up your EIN for you. They'll file all those forms. They'll help you elect as an S Corp by filing form 2553 if you want. They'll give you an operating agreement, a banking resolution, company alerts, which actually has saved me a lot of money by basically making sure that I file things on time. It also includes a business banking account as well as business tax consultation for free. If you want to really ball out, they have the platinum package. This includes a little bit more. For example, business contract templates and free next day filing, as well as a domain name and business email. But for most of you guys, I'd say the gold plan is going to be good enough. So I'm just going to select that for this video. Here, you're going to enter in your contact person. So I'll enter in my info right here. After that, I'll come down here and enter in my mailing address. After that, I'll click next right here. Here you're going to select your state filing time. So by default, it's 4 weeks for California. This costs $0. But if you want it to be a lot faster, you guys can actually select this one. Just for this video, I'll select this one. Here you're going to enter in your company information, right? So this is going to be the LLC name that you guys decide. Let's say I want to name it Charlie Chang FBA Company. After that, I'm going to select my designator. So you can choose between these 4 options. I'll select this one. And it's going to show you officially how your name looks like. So that looks good. There's no typos. After that, we can move on to the number of members/owners. Since this business is just me, I'm gonna have 1, and then you're gonna put your business purpose. After that, we're gonna select what industry your business is in. It doesn't really matter which one you guys choose, but I'm just going to select this one for this video. Here, I'm gonna select the management method. For 99% of you guys, it's going to be managed by the LLC members. So I'm just gonna leave that as is. Come down here, you guys can actually select to use their professional business address in virtual mail service, or you can use your own address for the company address information. For this video, I'll select this one. I'll select the previous address we entered, but just note that this could be made public. So if you want them to stay really private, then you may want to select their service for you. After this, I'll click next. Now it's gonna ask you if you want to actually upgrade. I'm just going to say no thanks. I'll pass on this opportunity, but if you do need these things, then it definitely is worth it to get that upgrade. Here, you're gonna enter in the information for member number 1. I'll select my name and the address. We'll select the percent of ownership, leave that as 100%. And click next. After that, you guys can select your registered agent information. So the awesome thing about IncFile is that they actually give you a free registered agent service for 1 year. This normally costs, about $120. And I definitely recommend just leaving that as is and having them be your registered agent. If you want to use your own address, you guys can choose this one, but that information will be public. So if you want to stay private, like I said earlier, just choose their service for you. It is free, so definitely worth it. Now I'm going to enter in the EIN/tax ID information. So what I'm going to do is I'll select my name right here. I'll enter in the SSN. After that, I'll enter in the physical street address. I'll just pre-populate with the answer I chose before. Click next. Now it's gonna ask you if you want to set up a small business banking account. So you will need to do this at some point. So you guys can choose this or you can choose this. I'll say this for now, but for you guys that do need accounts, this can be definitely worth it. And then you can also choose to have a free tax strategy consultation. You guys can check that. I'll just click this for now, just because I'm making this video, and I'll click next. Then it's gonna ask you if you want to actually use them to set up your business licenses and permits. You guys can choose to do this yourself, or you can actually have them do it for you. Just for this video, I'll select no thanks and click next. Now I'm going to review all the information for this LLC. I'll scroll down here, make sure everything looks good. And if it does, I'll click next. And here's where you're going to enter in your billing information. So your first name, last name, address, as well as your card number right here. After that, you're going to want to click I agree, and then you click complete and pay. So yeah, super easy to do. I'll leave the link down below to IncFile. And yeah, I promise you, this is going to be the easiest and most affordable way to set up your LLC. Now, if you have an LLC for your e-commerce business, you'll want to know how it's taxed. So with LLCs, these are pass-through entities. And that basically means that any income flowing into this LLC is passed through to your personal income taxes. You'll be paying tax on all of the company's taxable income for the calendar year, whatever that net profit is. In addition to that, you must also pay a 15.3% self-employment tax. So in total, you'll be paying the federal tax, any state income tax if you do live in a state that charges state tax, as well as that 15.3% self-employment tax. So of course, that can be pretty expensive, but the good news is that you can actually elect to have your LLC taxed as an S corp. For most companies, I recommend doing this if you're making at least $40,000 to $50,000 in net profit per year. Essentially how it works is you're going to be paying yourself a salary from your own company. So you'll have your LLC that's taxed as an S corp. That S corp is going to pay you as a W-2 employee. So for example, let's say we make $100,000 of net profit within our business. We'll pay ourselves a reasonable salary. Let's say it's $50,000. That $50,000 salary is going to be subject to federal, state, as well as self-employment tax. However, the remaining $50,000, that is going to count as a distribution. The great thing about distributions is that they are not subject to that 15.3% self-employment tax. You'll be paying your federal and state income taxes, but not that self-employment tax. So you can see in this case, we are saving about $7.5 thousand just in taxes alone. And when you create your LLC through IncFile, they can actually file form 2553 for you. And this is basically what elects your LLC to be taxed as an S corp. Now, when it comes to an Amazon FBA business, business, something you do need to be aware of is collecting sales tax. This doesn't matter if you have an LLC or you're a sole proprietor. If you do make sales online for physical goods, then you will need to collect sales tax. I'm not going to get into sales tax too much in this video because we could talk about this for forever. But what I recommend doing is do a search online because every person's situation is going to be a little bit different. The great thing is that Amazon actually collects sales tax, and depending on your situation, they'll likely remit those payments for you, but you still need to register for a sales tax permit in your state. So overall, I think setting up an LLC makes a lot of sense for a majority of e-commerce sellers. You don't want to be held liable for any lawsuits coming your way, and it's just good business practice to separate your personal assets from your business assets. Plus, having the ability to be elected as an S Corp for your LLC can save you a lot of money in taxes. Definitely talk to your accountant about this. This video is not meant to be a comprehensive guide, and everyone's situation is going to be a little bit different. Anyways, I hope you guys got some great value out of this video. Feel free to reference it at any point. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content just like this. This whole channel is dedicated at giving you guys free guides and tutorials helping you to start up your business. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.